Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Afzal Ahmed Raja from Manchester. Very sensitive, very important, very crucial, very significant, prevailing issue going on nowadays in society. Islamophobia. Where this term comes from, Islamophobia. Islamophobia, the basis, there was a book published in 1989 about maligning, insulting, and ridiculing Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. After that, this series started. After 3 years, 5 years, 4 years, 2 years, time by time, people in community who doesn't want peace, harmony, prosperity, and love, affection between the society, between the nation, in the world, in this planet, they start these kind of techniques and tactics to hurt the people's emotions regarding religion, regarding their religious leaders. The most important, very crucial topic, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam always being targeted by this element. What's going on? What's the thinking? I'm addressing. I'm talking to international media, international community, international leaders, and I'm thinking, what's the agenda behind? What's going on? We all are human beings. We all are human beings all over the world. And we are trying to make this world, this planet, best ever. The peaceful, harmonious, and a planet with full of prosperity, full of love and affection. At the moment, 1.3 billion Muslims living in this planet, and different elements, different people in the world, in the society, they are provoking the Muslims by targeting Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And keep in your mind, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the deputy of Allah Almighty. That's our faith. And the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the respect of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the part of our faith, our belief. So Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whenever he is targeted, the reaction comes from the Muslims in the society. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he lives in our hearts, and heart is the most sensitive organ of the body. And whenever you hit the heart, the whole body will be hurted. The whole body will feel the pain. It's far painful. What's going on? How we can make this planet most beautiful, most peaceful, most lovable? Start respecting other people's right. Give other people dignity. Human rights, the base of all this unrest, the base of all this agenda, the base of all this thinking comes from fundamental human right, and the most important, the freedom of speech. The freedom of speech, this right has been manipulated, has been abused by these elements who spread the hate speech, who spread this all hate in the society by targeting people's leaders, by targeting people's religious emotions, religious identities, and then the reaction comes. Human rights. The first I was researching about, and I found the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights started from United Nations, the General Assembly of United Nations in 1948, 10th of December 1948. In that charter of human right, it gives it says drafted by representatives with different legal and cultural backgrounds from all regions of the world. From all regions of the world, the declaration was proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly in Paris on 10th December 1948 as the common standard of achievements for all peoples and all nations. It sets out for the first time fundamental human rights to be universally protected, and has been translated into over 500 languages to make it more convenient for all the nations all over the world to understand easily. So what's the crux? The crux is that from all over the world, for all the nations, the rights, the human rights being introduced so we can respect, we should respect, we love each other, and we move forward to make this planet beautiful, peaceful, so we can live together as a whole peaceful community. Now comes towards freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. The Article 10 of the European law about human rights. What's the human rights? And again, the Human Rights Act 1998 of UK. What it tells, what it says. It has two clauses. Clause 1 says, everyone has the right to freedom of expression. This right shall include freedom to hold opinions and to receive and impart information and ideas without interference by public authority and regardless of frontier. This article shall not prevent states from requiring the licensing of broadcasting, television, or cinema enterprise. The exercise, this is very important now, the clause 2 says, the exercise of these freedoms, since it carries with it duties and responsibilities. So when you enjoy this right of freedom of speech, there are some duties, imposes, says that what are the duties? The exercise of these freedoms, it carries with it duties and responsibilities, may be subject to such formalities, conditions, restrictions, or penalties as are prescribed by law and are necessary in a democratic society in the interest of national security. So what's the agenda? What's the interest? What's the purpose? In the interest of national security, territorial integrity, or public safety, for the prevention of disorder, Nowadays, what's going on? This is the creation of disorder because of this all happening, making base of freedom of speech. So, for the prevention of disorder or the crime, for the protection of health or morals, for the protection of reputation or rights of the others, for preventing the disclosure of information received in confidence, or for maintaining the authority and impartiality of the judiciary. Right. What is the meaning of all this? This is all the basis. This is all the starting pivotal point where this all human rights comes from. And if you go behind, we are talking about the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the respect, the dignity of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the best man in the world. He is the leader of the Muslim community, and basically the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was sent for the guidance for the all humanity throughout the world, for all over the world. At the moment, whenever somebody malign, ridicule, and insult Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the reaction definitely will come. And then again, the different people, the people in society, some of the leaders, they start from Islamophobia. No. Islam is only the one Islam. The Islam which is a religion of peace, which is given by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, given by Almighty Allah, and translated by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam through the Holy Book, the Holy Quran. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the witness to our divine book, the Holy Quran. The Holy Quran is the book of the Holy is the holy book, is the from Almighty Allah. And if you look at the history, the Islamic history, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he spread Islam through his love and affection, through his teachings. And the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the practical example of Holy Quran, the holy book. And we all Muslims, we follow him as a role model. And that's the personality. That's the main way we all are trying to get to. Now, please, there are some, try to understand, there are some elements in the society, the people in the society, some communities, some people who basically tried to portray Islam as intolerant religion, as a religion which is against these all human rights. No, it's not. If you look at the history, the first ever the human rights charter was given. It was given by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The first ever. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he has given the rights, the women, the minorities. He has introduced the state of Medina. The first ever, the state of Medina took the responsibility of the women, the widows, the poor. And state announced all humans were equal, whatever the colors of their skin. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam announced that one of the greatest deeds is to free a slave. But if you have to treat them as an equal member of the family, and as a result, the unprecedented happened. Slaves become kings, slave dynasties were formed. Look at the history. First ever, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he has given the charter of human rights. Please try to stop this hate. Try to stop this disrespecting, maligning, ridiculing the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He is the best man in the world. Look at the Google, search around. The Google will tell you. The best man in the world, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.